The first time I made this cake was the summer of 2020. I remember my aunt had recommended we make this, and I'm so glad she did. This cake is so moist, perfectly sweet, and the lemon and poppy create a divine taste. What I love most is how many steps this cake needs in order to make it, which in a way can be bad when I want to eat the cake as soon as possible. But for me, the longer a dessert takes, the longer I can be in control of something. Life is something I wish I had more control over, such as ensuring I get into the college of my dreams, or making sure my loved ones never experience physical and mental pain. Although there are little ways to control aspects of life, such as taking on rigorous courses to sweeten a transcript, or giving friends and family advice on how to avoid painful situations, nothing is guaranteed. But when I am baking, I am physically in control of something. I can control how much ingredients are put into the dessert in order to make it taste good. Although I can control certain aspects of the dessert, just like all things in life, I cannot completely control everything. Which is why when I put the cake into the oven, I hope that the result is fluffy and bursting with flavor. And when it does meet my expectations, I am satisfied. Satisfied to have a masterpiece that can be enjoyed by not just me, but those around me as well. When I think about all the times that I'm anxious or stressing over something, I think about how it's because I can't control what's going to happen next, or I can't control something before it happens. For example, I tend to get anxious when hanging around people that I don't know or people that I do. Because it takes a lot for me to work up the courage to engage in conversations. And the reason why I tend to become anxious over little things like this is because I don't know how the other person will react. I don't know how the other person is feeling. And that's something I don't have control over. I can have complete control over myself at times, but I can't control the other party involved. And that frightens me. It causes me anxiety because I'm a person who likes to please other people. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to make the person feel welcomed, and I want them to know that I'm a kind person. I never want to make another person upset, but I can't always have control over that, simply because I have no control over another person. I can only control myself. Since I'm a junior right now in high school, I am constantly thinking about my future. And I always have thought about my future, but now it seems much more attainable, I guess you could say, because I'm literally a year away from going to college, and college is my pathway to gaining a job in my future career. So a lot of that lately has just been causing me such anxiety, because it's circling back to that idea of a lack of control. I can't control the future, and being unaware of the future, like what will happen in the future, puts me on edge. It makes me realize how much we have to live in the present in order to get to the future. But it's just that waiting game, that anxiousness of just wanting to get to the future already. But when we're in the future, it's like we're constantly wanting to go further than that. We're constantly looking everywhere but the present. We're looking in the past, we're looking in what lies ahead. We're not looking with what is in front of us. And because we're not focusing on what is in the present, we're missing out on everything that's in front of us. We're missing out on all these experiences, and how when we get to that point of our specified future, we're gonna look back and think, why didn't I live in the moment more? Or why was I so focused on getting to where I am now, when I could have been appreciating what I had at that moment, because I may or may not have that anymore in the future. And then again, we go circling constantly back to that lack of control. It's slipping out of our hands the more we think about the future, because we can literally have control with what is going on in front of us if we just focus on the present. It doesn't matter how much or how little of control we have in our life. It's more important that we are able to have control at all. I think it's important to realize and accept the fact that it's okay not to have control over everything. Of course, like all human beings, we need some sort of control and stability in our life. It provides us comfort and lets us know that we aren't just a complete waste of space. But it's crucial to realize that the ability to just go with the flow is a lot more easier on our mind than constantly fighting with ourselves to gain some type of control. I also want to stress how important it is to focus on the present. Now, I'm not saying to completely disregard the future, because obviously that's not possible, but more of appreciate what we have right now instead of constantly looking for what we could possibly have in the future. I know for me, I'm constantly thinking about, well, in the future, such as in college, I'll be able to do more with my life. I'll have more opportunities. But I'm disregarding the fact that right now, literally right now, I have so much I can do, and it may not be the things that I want, such as what will be available in the future. But it's something, and it's something that I should treasure, because it could easily be stripped away from me.